So, solo leveling is coming back for its core 2, and obviously, I do have a comment or two to make. Small recap. Scrawny little dude, no special traits, suddenly gets a video game HUD IRL, and unironically turns into a Sigma. Just, minus the cringe. Now in 2024, that's actually a description that's really common. Yeah, the weeb community really doesn't get to have anything unique for long. Before we dive into the entertainment industry's tendency to absolutely suck anything with a pulse dry though, let's take a look at the actual form of media solo leveling started as. 2 points. First one, it started off as a manhwa. No, not a manga, a manhwa. What's the difference, you ask? Well, it's spelled differently. Also, the art's usually way more detailed and colored. Oh, and let's not forget how weirdly stretched out and vertically arranged the panels can be at times. In the case of solo leveling though, the creator took all the positive aspects of manhwa, axed the somewhat weird bits, and shot out a complete masterpiece. Second point, power fantasy. Between having way more visually pleasing art than your average or even top tier manga, a setting and plot that's somewhat unique without being too out of the ordinary, and all the tired and tested power fantasy beats of the isekai, the community ate this up. Solo leveling was the first of its kind to really break through to a wider audience, and there's a good reason for that. It not only hits all the power fantasy beats of an isekai, it takes it up to a notch. I mean, let's be real. Getting sent to a new world as a demigod destined to clutch riches and kick ass is great and all, but it leans pretty heavily into the fantasy genre. Coming back to solo leveling, it falls in the genre known as regression. To put it in internet terms, it's where you go from being an IRL Wojak to a Giga Chad overnight and get to rub it in the faces of every single person who ever doubted and or bullied you in the past. Yeah, it's pretty fantastically stupid, but hey, it scratches a niche that I'm gonna dive more into in a second. Realistically, it's a hell of a lot more relatable for most people who have that one person they just want to shut up and leave with their jaw on the ground, which is pretty much the majority of people. Putting together all these factors acting in its favor, solo leveling reached a level of hype that pretty much no other manhwa has ever managed to on a global level. Hell, fans have been asking for an anime adaptation for years before one ever got announced. And now that it's finally here, well, the people couldn't possibly be happier, especially with the absolutely goated performance that Sung Jin-woo's voice actor, Alex Lee, has been giving us episode after episode. And that is all, I guess. It cracked the formula, right? By being the best basic anime and it gets its claim to fame? No! Now we come to the crux of it. Why is that solo leveling is the way it is? Why is it that it achieved this level of success truly even after doing something so basic? The answer lies in, wait for it, South Korea. Or rather, it's society. Take a breather, because we about to go deep. The South Korean social norms and culture are extremely focused on appearances, particularly those of people from their conventional attractiveness to their physique, to their wealth, social status, clothing, etc., etc. Hell, if you've read or watched Lookism, another example of a manhwa that gained massive popularity, you know exactly what I'm referring to. The name of that manhwa might as well be the national slogan, because it really is insanely prevalent. If you don't fit into a specific set of boxes, you will face discrimination. Unless you're somehow lucky enough to only meet nice people, which of course there are plenty of. No, I'm not glazing anyone. I just want to make it clear that Korean people aren't cruel by default. It's just an unfortunate byproduct of the culture and traditions of many years past that lookism is as common as it is. You have a slightly unattractive face? Prepare to be bullied. If you're half a kilogram over what's seen as the average or ideal weight, grit your teeth and plug your ears because you're going to get bullied. Don't have the greatest financial background? Prepare to be bullied just for being born. You fall into all those categories? Yeah, you might as well just hogtie yourself and fall to your knees in front of the bullies yourself because they will hunt you down. So in a society like that, it's no wonder that the magical overnight glow-up genre is something that's blown up faster than Megumin when she's feeling explosive. The people who face similar struggles in their everyday lives find the genre to be an all too tempting form of escapism. And for the general public who don't face those struggles, it's still pretty damn satisfying to watch someone suddenly turn into a supermodel and have the whole freaking city swooning over them. All that being said, just how popular would these manhwa be if the protagonists didn't get that glow up? What if they just got powers without the physical upgrade? Do you really think anyone except the minority who can relate to the protagonist would give a second thought to these manhwa? Nah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a glass half empty kind of individual, but I sure as hell don't think so. But hey, I'm always open to being proven wrong, which happens way too damn much for my taste. So go ahead and tell me what your arguments are for the contrary in the comments down below.